Hello there. Today is Wednesday. It
Hello
is
there.
September
Hello
24th,
there.
and we are here, gathered here today to witness
I just
the
noticed.
Sounds like a
historic.
Super Friends opening.
Nice
Hmm?
doodad you're wearing there, Monique.
Oh, you like it? Yeah.
That's
Um,
What's up with the doodad?
it's a doodad. It's a dude. It's a
It's swag.
doodad.
Swag. It's swag
So-
from.
Somebody's friends with
Anybody-
Adam
Don't ask.
I
Curry.
tell you, if anybody can guess in the audience, I'll give them $10.
You're not going to give him $10.
Well, they're
We're
not
so
gonna
not
guess.
going to give them $10.
Please.
I will. I will
Wait,
give them
Crazy
Amazon.
Robin's back. Hold on.
I will
Crazy Robin's
Yeah.
back.
give them
Let's
an
stop for a
Amazon
second. Crazy
$10.
Robin's back.
If anybody
Okay,
can guess
I'm happy to
what
see her
show
here.
that's
Yeah.
from.
Awesome.
We just I'll model it for you. I have it on with.
It's one of the most legendary reality shows in history.
Survivor.
It's
Okay, that doesn't work if you look at it. That's
No.
not
The-
really a
the,
working
um,
model.
Oh, Real World.
Jersey Shore.
No, it's MTV. It's Real World, right?
close.
Well, Real World
Well,
started it all. I hope it's Real
you,
World.
it's a legendary season. It's a season that changed their
The
like reality
Osbournes.
TV
Season
forever.
that changed everything.
Well, it's the one
changed
that it was the little
The
cocoon
OC.
that spawned the mutant. What was that?
The OC.
Did Dennis just go mute?
I went mute?
No, none of us did.
No, it's but mute.
No, I saw lips move. I didn't hear anything.
Paradise Hotels is cheap fun.
Like Chinese,
Story
like Chinese movie.
Road Rules. Gungadin says.
Okay,
Road rules.
I'd already guessed
Separate and Son.
correctly, but it has to be like the season that particularly.
Season
Is
5.
it a seminal season? Is what you're
It's
saying?
a
Joy?
seminal
Seminal.
Las Vegas.
It's the time
Close.
of the season.
New Orleans, Boston, Seattle.
Close. It's the very first. I think it's the very
What's
first
your
time
name?
that someone was thrown off a show.
Who's your daddy?
Like
Is it
very
your
like
Did
were-
David from LA,
close.
San Francisco, and Fox?
Okay. So
What?
just so we can move on, it's real world Hawaii.
Hawaii.
Okay.
That's- no.
Makabachi Beachside.
I really
That's when
wanna
Ruthie famously got kicked off the show
That's right. I
by
remember
the
that.
producer for being a drunk. So that was
Yeah,
a, that was
That's a
a
wrong
cruise
reason to get
swag
kicked
for
off a
that
show.
show.
Dan Cortez
Being
got of that. Is fairway made.
Okay, we ready
Yeah, let's move on.
Yes.
now? Okay. So today I took some notes and I made some clips. And we are really, we used to always say we're picking the buffalo clean. We are really legitimately at the point where this buffalo carcass has now eroded into just crumpled ash, and we are now snorting the ash of the carcass of the buffalo.
This is like panning for gold in a river anywhere. Just randomly panning for gold.
No, man, this is like
you may or may
this-
not find any.
this
That's what
is
this is.
panning for gold in the fountain where the homeless pee.
Pretty much, yes. Pretty much,
Yes.
that's where we are.
Yes, that's where
This
we
was
are.
awful today. I
Um,
honest to God.
As opposed to the Colorado gold rush, it always is. Today was right.
I want to just do something really just special because I don't follow a lot of what you guys do. Not you guys, I know everything about you fucking tards, but I happen to notice that you people. I happen to notice that our cute little Gina Bobina has a podcast, and it is called Crypto Nymphos. And
I like the title.
Right? So it's so cute.
Yeah.
So she does a lot of stuff with
Yeah.
crypto and with
It's a little sick, but that's okay.
NFTs and stuff like that. So all you guys should go follow our girl Crypto Nymphos over on YouTube and make sure you spell it right.
We were telling her on the Deppening, Monique. She sounds like a Phantom Zone
Ooh.
Kryptonian villain.
Yeah, let's do it.
Villainess.
Doji style.
Doji style.
Yeah,
Let's do it
see, Gina
Doji
Bobina. So yeah, so she does that show, and we will all follow her and hope for her success
Absolutely.
on the
I'll
internet.
follow her right now. in fact.
Okay, awesome, cool. So do that for her.
Great.
All
I
right.
don't have to watch this shitty show now. I'm staying on my show.
All right, so let's talk about sex, baby. Let's talk about this stupid show. Let's talk about what happened today. John has some special clips for us at the end of the show relating back to his bullshit about funerals and the Queen and stuff like that. So we will get to that later in the show. I did happen to notice on the interwebs today, and thank you to whoever posted it as well, where there was this little horrific little rumor going around that Artie Lang may have passed. So let me read that to you guys really quickly. Keep in mind it was 2 days ago, and then he updated himself yesterday
He
and
updated
said,
himself from dead.
yes, Artie's been upgraded from dead. Yes, I am hearing from a credible person that Artie may have passed early today or yesterday. Nothing has been confirmed yet that I can find online, but this is a source that knows people involved with him. I am hoping it's not true. Then his edit on 920 is, so the person I spoke to is someone who knows Artie through comedy and has other people who still work closer with him. The only thing that is known is that Artie had some kind of issue in the early morning hours and was taken to the hospital. No one really knows much else, and no one that he knows has been able to talk to Artie. So he's thinking he either died and no one has been notified to keep it quiet, or something is serious enough where he's in the hospital and can't talk. Based on what he heard from others, they seem to think he is gone. This is terrible news, and I'm still hoping it's not true. Thinking of you, Artie. Okay, so I reached out to every single human being I could possibly think of in that the Sterniverse, and they in turn made a bunch of phone calls, and and I was told Artie is okay. So
what happened, Mo? Did he have a emergency mozzarella endectomy?
Yes, I think that it was a little sausage broccoli raw
Little Neo Parmesan endectomy.
removed.
So
Fidelectomy.
the rumors of Artie's death are greatly exaggerated. I was going to
they're not true, but
news on it today,
nothing.
but it wasn't
It's
real.
not exaggerated.
Yeah, so we're done with that.
The term "too soon" might be applied more than that.
Too soon.
He's
So
crying wolf more than Benicio del Toro. I love his attention. He either goes away and comes back, or he's dead. Every 2 weeks.
Artie, Artie's one of those dudes. He's just gonna, somehow makes his way through. What, Xavier? What, babe?
He will outlive us all.
He will outlive us all.
That's the sad part. That really is.
Artie's
He's
the
got
key.
that Aussie gene.
Yeah, it's so true.
That's one of his idols.
So, shockingly enough, we did an entire show on Eric, the midget actor, yesterday.
Shockingly,
what I'm going to say is shockingly, all of a sudden today we saw the beginning of the show with
They ripped us off, you mean?
No. This is their stupid tribute to Eric. So weirdly enough, as you all know, his date of death was yesterday, September 20th, and his first call into the show was on September 19th. And they didn't think anything of doing anything for him either of those days. When I heard this, I thought that they'd actually make like a little tribute to him or something. But
I think you're being too nice, Mo.
Hear this.
Today, the Howard Stern Show pays tribute. Hey now, to Whack Pack legend Eric the actor's first call.
Let's go to Eric. Eric, you're on the air.
Hi, I'm calling because a couple weeks ago you...
Eric, how old are you?
27.
What's wrong with you? There's something wrong, right?
Well, I'm only 3'5", 3'6".
We got to get you down here.
Okay.
Sadly, we lost Eric in 2014, but his legacy lives on.
Hello, you big-nosed jackass.
Rest in peace, Eric, and bye for now.
Bye for now.
Only on the Howard Stern Show.
Wow.
One would think that then they would have done like a little tribute or talk a little further about it, but it was 42 seconds of tribute to Eric.
For someone that provided...
That started the show, Monique. That was like okay. So
before the music,
it was the interstitial before that. Okay,
so that's someone that provided hundreds of hours,
thousands of hours,
content, hundreds of hours of content.
Yes,
and you don't even have the decency to at least fill, I don't know, half hour.
I bet
the half hour
they
you
didn't remember until they heard our show. Next thing you know, they're going to be naming their show Quite Frankly.
No, they won't.
They'll steal it from a thread I
They won't go
starred
that
in
low.
2018.
Nobody can go that low.
Yeah,
No
there's
one.
a bunch of
No one can go
ripoffs.
that low.
You know that. Remember we were talking about like how listen, guys in the chat. I have a really great idea for a new podcast, which I'm so excited to talk to you guys about.
Yeah.
But you know the way, and mostly women. I don't know about guys, but we basically fall asleep to murder podcasts. Like that's what happens. Like you just start to you put on a podcast. Usually it's about murder. You wind up falling asleep about 15, 20 minutes into it, something like that. And then you never fucking go back to it. And it's like, God, who killed that fucking chick? Like I remember hearing it, but I don't remember anything that happened. And so I'm going to do like a wrap up of who fucking killed who for all these stupid shows that are on that we all listen to. So
Yeah.
I'm sticking with it. So yeah, so nothing on Eric, 42 seconds. That's all he got.
And you would think that would be easy lifting for them, but they just
No,
want to
no, no, no,
exonerate
no.
themselves from anything of the past, including Eric.
Isn't the obvious thing is every Eric call was basically 90% Artie?
Mm-hmm.
That's
like
That's the other problem.
Good call.
Yeah, so you can't really air Eric.
Oh, that's
without,
so true. I wasn't
without
really
doing
thinking that.
They
Captain
could.
Veal
I mean, there
Parmesan.
is 4 years without him. So Eric died in 2014.
Was it?
So you got two. No, you're
Yeah,
right though.
but-
Essentially, his best moments are clearly Artie.
Yeah, like
playing off him.
2002. The first call, you can't really play much of it because, well, no.
Did you see how much he played? He like skipped.
Yeah, it was.
Tim Sullivan. I got to do it, Monique. I'm sorry, I got to do it.
Yeah,
Monique falling asleep to murder podcast. Midlife crisis. Tim, that's
Wow.
so good.
That is
That's
1,000%
perfect.
true. That is 1,000% true. Thank you, Ida. You are always our shining gold star sponsor. This was on the show today. Yes, it was. Isn't that a crazy coincidence? Yes, it is. I listen to Murder.
No, not
See?
coincidence at all.
Thank
You know that.
We all listen to Murder Podcast. This is the way we work. But you never hear the end of it because you're always fucking asleep. That's it.
What are you gonna do? You're just gonna come on and go, it was the stepson. There,
Yes,
we just saved you 3 hours.
Yes, on okay, what's that show I told you today that I listen to all the friggin' time, and his voice is like liquid ambient, for fuck's sake.
How traumatized is Chaka
Case
Khan
Files,
by
Australian
Mad
guy.
Men?
What?
How traumatized is Chaka Khan by Mad Men? She auditions for it, doesn't get it, and then has a sex dream about John Hamm last night.
Oh my God, how do you know that?
She wrote it in the chat.
Okay.
She got beat out by Allison Brie.
John Hamm. Had that ham bone, didn't you, Chaka?
Well,
We
Wow.
know.
You have to you gotta
Yeah,
get
everybody says
Flo's
murder is
sloppy
so
seconds.
relaxing.
You gotta race Howard for that thing though.
I play Clue. Let's hang out. Okay, so okay, let's move on. So
Cindy Lou
today's
Who is-
show. What, babe?
Now, Todd Packer videos, Monique, was the ultimate for just having that on. 9 hours of Mark Harris.
Yeah, how many times did Todd Packer get taken down? Constantly.
He's the best. He's on our site. Is he not on our site? He definitely
He
joined.
is
at
not
one
on
point.
our site. He used to be back.
Oh, I know he was on there at one point.
Everybody used to be on.
I
our
was
site.
friendly with him for a while, and I just lost touch.
Okay. If you see me muting myself, oh my God, Dennis, I am
What?
living for these. So kind of, sort of, it's your fault that I go to Aldi's
My
now.
fault.
Sorta. And they
Correct.
have these. This is my go-to
see
snack.
it.
I know you're all gonna fuck with me about it, and I don't care. It's almonds, dark chocolate, and cashews.
Oh my God,
Oh
this
my
is so good.
God,
Oh,
is
this is so good.
Do you
It
have
is-
frozen bananas too, Monique, and 6 ounces of salmon?
No, I don't like
in that
bananas.
bag? I don't know.
I don't eat bananas. But this is
Frozen
my
strawberries.
just a little handful of like
What?
How do you know Todd Packer's still around? I don't know.
He's
I don't.
around?
But Cindy Lou Who had a great. He'd be a great guest, Monique.
I know.
Todd Packer interview of how long and that all took him, and how he came up with it. Just
That's a
like
podcast.
force of nature compilations.
You got to really be a sternologist to know who
Yeah.
Todd Packer is. You know what I
Yes, you
mean?
do.
No clue.
You have to be mining for that kind of shit in order to know who Todd Packer is. All right, so let's move on with the show a little bit. Thank you. So we've been talking a lot about where the fuck is John Hine. And all of a sudden, he turns up today and
Shocking.
said no one ever.
It
And
was, yeah.
interestingly enough, it was because Rooster called in. Now, I didn't really know what Rooster looked like. Let me see if I have this for you guys.
We have a picture of Rooster, the fake whackpacker.
Oh, we do have a picture of Rooster. Hang on, let me just
I
find
thought
it
he looked
really.
like a chicken McNugget.
He looks like a thumb. Hold on. Rooster. Howard Stern. Hold on.
He's the guy in front of Tiger Lily at Aldi's.
Okay, this is the funniest thing I've ever seen in my life. So it says, so I Googled Rooster Howard Stern and
Let's see.
Holy
shit.
Why is Grillo in there?
Yeah,
Why?
Grillo.
Oh, poor Grillo.
Wow.
He looks like the son of fucking a human being in memory foam.
It looks like
Who's that guy
either
who
King
does the
Kong
weather?
Bundy or
Yeah.
or what was that boxer?
Kingpin.
What was that guy?
Butterbean.
Butterbean.
Kingpin,
Butterbean.
Like if they had a love child.
Yep. Wilson
Butterbean.
Fisk.
Okay, that's Rooster.
Butterbean.
The human thumb.
More
That
chins
is,
in a Chinese phone book, for Christ's sake. Yeah?
So Rooster
Wow,
calls
that
in.
is
Yeah, that's a look. So Rooster calls in to talk about fast food. He wants to talk about Wendy's. He wants to talk about how it used to be so good, but now really all they do is breakfast. There's no reason to have this call. There's no reason for this conversation
none.
other than to whip that diabetic fuck into our lives once again.
Yeah.
And listen to talk about somebody you can fall asleep to.
Yeah.
Our show is one of those shows you cannot fall asleep to.
The only compilation Todd Packer doesn't have is John Hine. I might add.
Jan Hine.
Yep.
Jan Hine is like human amnion, but loaded with heroin.
Yeah.
I mean, he is.
Because you want to kill yourself. Not only do you want to
sleep inducing, like forever sleep. Yeah.
I got a theory that he was born with COVID. Right? He has no taste or smell. He was actually born with it. His parents both fucked with COVID, and he has COVID for the rest of his life.
I hate him.
Because
so
listening to him ordering at any of his restaurants.
I didn't even want to give Rooster any kind of time on our show, but Jan needed just a moment's worth of time because he said this, which I thought was kind of crazy. So let's listen.
I, however, do not eat breakfast at fast food places. I'm not an Egg McMuffin guy. I've never even tried French toast sticks, but I do know that a lot of people are now going to fast food places for breakfast.
Okay, now I'm just stopping the clip because you heard what he just said. Okay, he doesn't eat breakfast at fast food restaurants. This is not what he does. Let us listen.
It's really actually helped them up their bottom line. So I defer to Rooster on the French toast sticks. I can't give an opinion on that. But he's dead wrong on the burgers.
Why, if you're a fast food quote unquote maniac, you've written a book about it, why are you avoiding breakfast? You would think as a researcher, you would go and have a few breakfasts and then be able to comment on who had the better French toast stick, Wendy's or Burger King.
Okay, nobody gives a shit about this conversation, but here it comes.
And you're talking to an anorexic about it,
especially
which is even worse.
Blobbin and Howard, who have not gone to a fast food restaurant in 40 years.
Boy, Rogers.
Jews, absolutely. But listen to the end of this. Hang on.
Okay.
You know, it's funny, Howard. In the book, I disclaim in the beginning I'm not talking about breakfast because I was trying to set up a second book and then do all the breakfast items in that one. Shockingly, I was not asked to do that book.
Okay, so this is a man who doesn't eat breakfast at fast food restaurants, who thought that they were going to get another book deal because he was so successful with his first book about food that he doesn't actually eat because he eats his hamburgers plain.
The very definition of a charlatan.
Charlatan.
The very definition
Why
of
not
a charlatan.
him?
It's everything a charlatan is in definition.
Right.
That's why he's that's why he was a Buckwell client.
That's right.
And right there.
And they all get book deals, Dennis. Lisa
Right
G
there.
and
Yes.
Gary, and they don't even
How shitty does your book have to like how much of a bomb does it have to be for them to just dump you from doing a second one?
Like my name is Baba Booey. I mean, about that level.
Yeah.
No, you're wrong. Baba Booey's book, actually, if you look at the entire body of work for the entirety of that organization, his book comes in number 3.
And I don't want to take a
Really?
shot at my own
Low
gender.
bar.
I hate men.
Low bar.
And
It's a real
how
low bar,
lazy
though.
do you have to be, Monique, to not be able to make yourself it takes 8 minutes to make breakfast, something like an egg sandwich. How lazy do you have to be to not know how to make you can make eggs in a microwave, for
Not
Christ's sake.
about knowing how to do it. I will look at my boy Xavier, who sometimes has to work
Yes.
ridiculous fucking hours. Okay. So there's no
Job.
way that man is rolling out of bed and making breakfast for himself. It's just
That's
not gonna
Xavier, not John Hine.
That's my dog, though. My dog makes French toast for me.
happen. Exactly.
Wow,
Serves with a little
that's
apron
awesome.
He's a very smart animal.
It is a
with
smart
the
animal.
napkin, puts it on your lap. It's a beautiful
Yeah,
thing.
yeah.
Yeah, but so
Serves it on a little tray.
I think a lot of people eat,
Yes.
of course.
The little maid outfit.
The French maid outfit. Walking on just the hind paws.
Absolutely.
And so yeah, people I mean I personally don't make breakfast ever. I don't eat breakfast, so it's not part of
That's
my
weird.
ritual. So I
Thank you, Gina.
I don't even think about it. What Gina say?
He wants to feed me.
It's okay.
My-
He's fed.
You're
He's-
good because my standards are so low. Oh, whatever.
So okay. So that's John Hine with his bullshit conversation. So then John says this. Okay. So they're talking about milkshakes and they're talking about how John always used to order from just like 3 places in the city. I think it was maybe like Chick-fil-A and some truck that was outside of their office and
Right.
something else. And he would always get a shake with his
Mhm.
Chick-fil-A
Chick-fil-A.
or whatever
Automaton shake.
shit.
Really?
And so he says this.
But I told you, I said this before, Howard. When you walked by my desk that day and you saw what I had, you were salivating. I thought you were
was.
going to grab the shake from me. And I guess that was like the old
Yeah.
Robin days you're talking about. Because
Well,
you know
I
how
was
good it
jealous.
tastes.
I would love, before I die, to have one of those shakes. The problem is I don't know when I'm going to die. You see what I mean? So
Yeah.
I'm
So
afraid.
you
You'll probably
Yeah.
miss the day.
How is that understanding? How is that even something? Thank you so much, Lisa. Thank you so much.
That is
How
is
is that
insane.
understanding? You understand? I don't know
When
what I'm
exactly did
How
he
do you
walk by Hine's desk?
Well, Hein, I think, eats enough for like 3 people when he eats his fucking lunches.
Yeah,
He
I
was
mean,
saying that
yeah,
back
but
in the day. He's talking
Jan
about
Hine,
Oh, okay,
Jan
okay,
Hine
I-
has to
Yeah.
spread that out. I mean, there's a lot there. I mean, you can't miss it.
I know, but just think about it. Just think about the fact that anybody would think to themselves that they could not enjoy
One milkshake. One
ever,
milkshake.
ever.
One.
So
A single milkshake.
Wolfie was
Single.
also there and commenting. So
Oh,
this
subhuman
whole
Wolfie?
really weird thing, and can you just like make a little pin mark to just talk through, because I refuse to actually record it, about Fisty Gary? Can we just in a moment, because Wolfie happens to be in there to talk about the Fisty Gary thing.
Okay, I have those prank call reveals I sent you at the
What are
end.
you
I
talking
saw that.
What?
I sent you the prank call reveals.
Is this for the
There's
Fisty
2.
Gary?
It's
When-
yeah, it's the
when you
comment
send
on the fake prank calls. I don't know if you
When did you send it?
3 o'clock. No, 5:30 Eastern time.
All right, I'll come back. I'll come
Okay.
back. Let me get to this. This I thought was pretty amazing. So here, Wolfie asks this question.
Howard, before the summer break, you mentioned that you were thinking about going to McDonald's to get French fries and a chicken sandwich. Did that ever happen over the
Well,
summer?
you know what?
Okay, so very innocent question from Wolfie, right? Because we all made fun
Almost
of
a normal human question from a
when
subhuman. Yeah.
Skeleton 1 and Skeleton 2 decided, oh my God, we are so going to live large because life is too short and people are dying. And, we should just live our lives because why not? Right? Fuck
Right.
it. Why not? We're going to eat something. Yes, finger. Yes, finger.
Yeah. So you're probably going to play Howard's response, which was fucking insane. Because it is literally fucking insane. The reasoning behind this answer,
It makes no sense.
it makes no sense at all, considering it was 60-something days.
Yeah.
So let's play
So
it.
let's listen to the
Let's listen to this
deflection
insane
that
answer.
is his answer. Let me just go. I'm just going to go back just a snurch, okay? So we can play the full thing.
Going to McDonald's to get French fries and a chicken sandwich. Did that ever happen over the
Well,
summer?
you know what it is? My
What is
father
it?
died.
What is it?
And my mother is, I don't know where she's at. I mean, it's really weird. This
Hello?
So your father died.
don't have
Monique,
many
you
days
cut
Oh,
left.
out.
shit. I
Go
was chewing
fucking
on an
crazy.
almond, and I didn't realize that it also would mute.
God.
God damn it!
So you're eating 6 almonds there? You get your daily fill?
Put them in
You're
my
like
eyeball.
Opie and Norton eating blueberries during the show.
All right, we're going to start all over again.
Howard,
I'm so sorry.
before the summer break, you mentioned that you were thinking about going to McDonald's to get French fries and a chicken
I'm so
sandwich.
sorry.
Did that ever happen over the
Well,
summer?
you know what it is? My
What is
father
it?
died, and my mother is, I don't know where she's
Almost
at.
dead.
I mean, it's really weird the stage we're at with my mother because she's 94. And I say to her, Mom, you know, she wasn't eating. I go, Mom, now's your chance. Let's face it. You probably don't have many days left. Go fucking crazy.
Okay. How does that answer the question? Which is obviously
didn't.
no, they didn't do it because God forbid,
Good.
you know.
Because his father died and his mother is, you don't know where she is, so he can't have a milkshake. The rationale
that.
behind that is insane.
There's
But
no.
then the emo thing that he hates himself and he wants to die is bullshit. Because you clearly want to
Yeah,
live until you're
exactly.
150 years old. We take getting a colonoscopy every 2 weeks, and he loves himself. He wants to keep.
Needs a milkshake.
This
Yep.
can't
Or
have a
2 or 5.
this can't have a milkshake because then
I
this
like how
what, babe?
I like how the summer started with we're gonna be normal people and eat milkshakes, and here we are in September, and I'm intimately associated with Beth's thyroid gland and trachea.
Exactly. This is the reason that they can't eat that. But
That
they're
is
both
disturbing.
fucking insane. They are. They're both insane.
Do you-
So that's what you get.
Do you think they Google food? Just out of curiosity. I bet
That's why they
do.
name cats. That's why they name the cats all sorts of food names because if they're fucking starving.
I think that they're so fucking crazy. Like the staff probably makes stuff and they sniff it, and the staff eats it. I mean, I literally think that.
No, I think you're absolutely right. I think they definitely do that.
That is
Do they
insane.
think, you think they punch Consuela afterward?
Whatever that. Whatever.
No, Miss Beth, no.
No,
I'm not having
no,
the
hurt.
cream brulee.
No, heard I have children.
We've already gone over on this show ad nauseum about how they
churros,
make their pets
no.
fat. They make their pets fat on purpose.
Yes.
Absolutely.
So they feel skinnier.
Anorexic women do that to
Yep.
their kids too. Every anorexic woman I've ever
investment
seen
does
in New
that.
York has like the dumpiest pumpkin of a fucking kid that they're walking down the street with. They literally look like the number 10 walking with each other. Fucking
massive.
stick and like a dumpy pumpkin.
You know what's fucked up about the Howard Stern show? They're
Everything?
so ripe for like disorder content that it
Yeah.
would be a bonanza if they truly aired all their fucking other. Like, you can
Neuroses
just imagine
and-
Beth
Yeah,
Beth
yeah.
in front of a mirror with lipstick all over her face.
That's
You're a
the show.
whore.
Yes,
You're a
sir.
whore. You know,
Yep.
it's like
That's the show.
Exactly.
That's right, Crazy
Howard-
Robin, and
Howard
welcome
doing
back,
his
my new
Silence of the
sister.
Lambs
So-
Wild Bill dance. You know, with the penis tucked between his legs.
Oh,
so much-
right. Yeah, wait, what about it? Oh my
Howard Stern
god.
show could
Yes.
be pure gold.
Yes, with the cape out like this. Dance.
Absolutely. Oh dear God.
They love all those fat shaming shows, all the 1,000-pound sister, and all those fucking.
Dude.
That's all
Chaka
of it.
Khan, that's correct. I'd love to see that too. Beth's Pinterest. It's probably full of cakes and casseroles. Absolutely.
Absolutely. I am telling you, I firmly believe that Beth has a sock puppet account
Love you too, Crazy Robin.
that she probably goes for like thinspo, as it's called, and she looks at all the pictures, and it is a thing, and how to.
We all know her sock puppet account is called Tiger Lily.
Ah, Tiger, busted. You are busted. You are so busted.
I'm so bad. Look at it.
David,
once.
I have said this a million times that they are great gardens. They are.
Oh,
That is
absolutely.
exactly what they will be. Yeah. Bang a clock is Beth dressing up like the hamburger. But Howard to get him off.
Mayor McCheese. That's Sir. That's
We all got the visual at the same time.
That's for fuzzies.
Jason Cap on his grimace.
Look at me, honey. I'm a banana split.
Wait, Tiger Lily. So the multi-count goes, Beth has Twinkie stuff in her shoes. She eats in her closet then vomits.
I agree. I think she's bulimic.
Dude, there's some twisted shit
She has
going on
Crocs
there.
like me, and she shoves it into the holes and then just looks through.
It's like food wide shut. In that fucking
Food wide shut.
There's shit going down, man.
God.
There is some bizarre shit going down in that fucking Chimneyville.
Yeah, that's the show. We're never gonna
That's
know.
the show that we
not sharing
need.
it. Yep.
And you know,
That's the
and he's
show we need.
robbing us of this gold content.
Oh my God. I love shows like this. I really have nothing. I mean, this is like a nothing kind of show.
So
So
it was less than nothing. I didn't know. I didn't know you were gonna do a show out of this.
So okay, so here's like a classic thing.
Howard, we know you're listening.
horses eat
Come on, give
Twinkies.
us the show we
Yes.
want.
Yeah, exactly. Give us the show we want. Or let one of us come on and ask you 10 questions. That would be amazing.
Oh Jesus.
I would kill.
How long has he been anorexic for? Do we go in late 80s?
Since,
Right before the
it's
channel?
Parts,
normal
right on Pirate Parts, right?
I feel like
Channel
early
9 show?
90s.
Listen, he's always
No,
been
he was a tubby. He had the bitch tits for a long time.
before us, he was a little chubby, but
He
when
was
we listened to
100%
him,
with
he
the
was,
bitch tits.
He was kind of normal.
I'm going late 80s, early 90s.
Okay, just when was the fart man stunt? He was
In
fat then.
92.
He was
92.
chubby. Yeah,
92.
He was
no,
fat
he
then.
was chubby.
So
He was
that's the
flesh.
He
baseline
was
at
skinny
least.
fat. He was
He was
skinny
skinny
fat.
fat,
Yeah, he had
a
some
veal.
shit going on.
He's a veal. He's incapable of having tone of any kind. So
Yeah.
when you don't do nothing for years and years and years, and you suddenly try to get in shape at fucking 42, it's not going to work.
Yeah,
Your
he says early
physique's-
2000 Super Trooper. This
Yeah.
is what he thinks.
In the mid '90s, he was still
No,
fatty.
he was. I
That's
mean,
cool,
I
but
remember-
he's early 2s.
I
early
remember driving
It's
up
when
to
he cut
LA
his
in the
hair.
mid '90s.
No. When he went to that friggin' going to Sirius, when he cut that hair, that's when this all happened.
Is that-
Literally, I think that's when it happened. When he cut his hair, when he had the new wig, when he had the new wig made,
Yeah.
that was shorter. That's when it happened.
The Shatner
Yeah, everybody's
3000.
going to like 97, 98, 99, 2000.
I
It's a little
remember
later, actually.
specifically in the mid '90s, he would talk about going to the drinking fountain at the fast food place, and he would always have to fill it up, take a big sip, and then get more because he felt like he was getting his money's worth that way.
Well, you know where that comes from. Mrs. Beaverhausen has the most brilliant thing, and
No.
this is exactly correct. As you all know, when men are cheating or thinking of leaving, they all start to work out and start to look a little bit better and get themselves into better shape because they
exactly
know
right.
that they're going to be out in the marketplace. And in Howard's world, you know, where he sees all these people from the Hamptons and even in the city,
Yep.
the skinnier the
point.
better. So and that's when he started working out with, what's that douchebag's name that he works out with?
Pat Menachia.
Pat Menachia. So he was
Thanks,
working
nerd.
out with Pat. You know, he got that new apartment after Private Parts.
Yes.
He
That's when
started
he
to
met
think that
Beef.
he was a little
Yeah.
bit bigger than, you know, his ego started
And
getting
started
really
to fool
fucking
himself. He was
blown up.
good looking at the time. Right. Right.
Yeah, that's when he met Beefus. That's
And
when he met
That's
Beefus.
exactly that's exactly what
The
she's
hooker.
connecting it to.
Yes,
Yeah,
I mean,
exactly
this is,
right.
you know,
Yep.
he started to sleep with women and think that he was a big fucking shot. So you are all correct at this. All right, let's go
94,
on.
95. Yeah.
And then this is what he says to the whole conversation about looking at that food and everything.
I've been starving my whole life, Beth goes. I'm ready to eat some. I would be eating everything on the planet.
Really?
Well, she went to town, my mother, eating the chips, the guacamole, the avocado, the fucking drop soup every day, twice a day. Her legs blew up to the size of balloons.
So that was his excuse, basically, is that because now she's eating salt, because he's like, Mom, eat whatever the fuck you want, that it harmed her and now she can't eat it anymore. But did you hear that he said, Beth said, he said, I've been starving all my life, Beth says. Here we go.
Because it's
Let me
built like a
let me just
linebacker.
read that one more time.
I've been starving my whole life, Beth goes. I'm ready to eat some. I would be eating everything on the planet.
Okay.
And who's stopping you for what? You're a 50-year-old. You don't have a modeling career. You don't.
She doesn't.
Because it thinks it does. It's delusional, and it is a giant. It is beefy. hence being beefus.
It
It
is
is
not a
beefy, and it needs to starve itself to look like a skinny
It is
thing.
not a giant.
not-
You know, you
Hey,
guys
It
are
is
so
giant from the
crazy
waist
with
down right
thinking
now. It's
she
still a
is
giant.
even remotely big. She
It's
is
big
not.
boned.
She is
Well, you were in the same room as her, Monique, at that
She's a
serious
fatty.
thing, right?
Twice, and then I saw her at the Today Show, at
Yeah.
the Late Show. She
Big
is
boned.
not by anyone's thought or stretch of imagination at all big. She's not. I mean, Monsoon, you know, she has revealed a lot about herself and, you know, her problems with eating and things like that. And
But that's a
you know,
model.
loves
That's a real model.
She's like 120 pounds and like, you know,
Yeah.
almost 6 feet tall. She's a different type of person. Beth was never a model, you know, in the
No.
fine sense of the word.
In any sense of the word.
Who walked the runway for Tom Ford, but she was a fit model, you know. And I was with my girlfriend this past weekend, the one that I went to. No. I went to San Gennaro Feast with, and we were having dinner afterwards. I was like, "How do you not remember Beth? Like you're the same age group. You came up the same time and stuff like that." And she's like, "You know, I have to be honest with you. Like, you know, her husband, who's friends with Grillo, he's like, he asked me that question, and I was like, I have to know her. But then I realized that I was with Ford, and she definitely wasn't. So we wouldn't have traveled in the same circles because she was at like a lower modeling agency, so she wasn't really in the same class as me. Because my girlfriend was a Ford model. I mean, she did you know everything.
Mo, are you saying that someone who's modeled the torque wrench for the Pep Boys ad in Sunday paper isn't at the same caliber as
Pep Boys
Ford model?
as the fucking Ford model agency?
So you're saying
you're kind of
doing
elitist? I'm just saying.
She
Not
wishes
elitist?
Pep Boys went to Amanda Pete.
Yeah, so you're saying doing Ames ads for you know winter sweatshirts isn't the same level as a Ford agency.
Yeah,
She's got to keep the con up, though, Dennis. She's got to keep the Hamptons con up. She's telling these lies to all Howard's
That's
inner
why
circle.
she always talks about all the guys who tried to pick her up, who tried to abuse her. This is her way of saying, "Oh, there was this famous director who tried to pick me up," or all these guys who talk to her.
David.
Yeah,
Sure.
Brian Von
That's
Holt.
great.
Love triangle on
David.
whipped.
Hey, John,
Beth
quick
is
question.
Mischiefy Lube 1995.
Quick question, John. Which wasn't she in fact on the cover of Detective Magazine, or was that just a Photoshop?
No, it was.
That was like
It was.
legit. Damn,
That was
dude.
legit.
I think you're thinking of misstepping out 2000, 2001.
Yes, exactly.
Dude.
The motto.
That would gas up your head, Monique. If you were on the cover of Stepping Out magazine twice, that would gas your head up for quite a few years.
Twice.
You made big time.
And you know, we realized as I was looking at the Beth Notre Animal League calendar, and then who photographed
Can't wait
it,
for
and
that.
you know, that guy who photographed its relationship with the Hamptons, and then the Hamptons' relationship with the charities, and the charities' relationship with the magazines. It's all intertwined. There is no way that Howard doesn't give money to these charities in order to have his wife be on the.
He has to, yeah, he has
They're
to, right?
always
Not out of
looking for
benevolence, but out
models
of
on that shit.
right,
That's why they have so many repeat people. Like when Katie Lee Joel lived out there, she'd be on the cover every like so often. You know,
No, Katie Lee Joel actually is hot.
she's adorable. She really
Actually
is.
hot.
And she did
can
well
land
for
any
herself.
billionaire.
She's
a
way
West
hotter
Virginia
with Billy
8.5,
Joel's
Dennis.
money.
Way hotter with Billy Joel.
No, now she's unbelievably hot.
Now
Billy
she got
Joel's
married.
money.
She had a kid or two, and
Doesn't
she
matter.
got that beautiful, ridiculous
She had to
title.
be a big shot, did she?
It was
Had
worth at
to.
least like $10-12 million. She made
Oh,
out.
she's the hottest girl around.
Yeah, she's a beauty.
So we have her up here.
Monique, even though I think you're spot on, your Beaverhausen and your Ida Green analysis about 99 and Howard's anorexia, I am with Tim Sullivan when he says Howard became eating like a broad early in the K-Rock with the D. Snyder metal makeover. I think that kind of started. He started eating like a broad then.
Yeah.
And then
Because
it triggered.
all of these porn chicks were coming on to him, and he was thinking that he really was like in that what's that stupid video? White Snake, is it? Where
Yeah.
Oh, you meant Sam Kinison, Monique?
like he thought that he was that rock star kind of hot guy.
Absolutely.
Like
That
if
was
these
good.
guys can get these kind of girls, certainly I can. Model is a loose term similar to cops and meter maids, says G Young.
Yeah.
Yes, this is true.
Benjamin says Howard's fat like Karen Carpenter was fat. Do you think it's a coincidence that the two of them karaoke that "Close to Me" song?
They love
Right?
I always like to compare to Eugenia Cooney, who I'm obsessed with, because I am literally on a anorexic death watch. Seriously, because it's just
that one broad.
She's scary. She's
the
scary,
so
skinny.
the bikini
fascinating
falling off of her.
to still be able to breathe. What, Xavier?
Yeah.
No,
Hey,
never
but
mind. Nothing.
What?
No, nothing. I was just saying. Oh, that brother one with the bikini falling off of her. I was gonna make
Oh,
a.
yeah, that
I
she
was
got
just gonna
that
point out the
shadow-
fact that Karen Carpenter actually was talented. You ever see her play drums?
No.
She was like fucking Buddy Rich, man.
Who? Oh, Karen Carpenter was
I
an
didn't know she played drums.
You can YouTube that her playing drums. She was fucking awesome.
She was an amazing drummer. As a matter of fact, I'm going to pull that up.
Yeah.
I
She was like
had
Buddy
no
Rich.
idea. I didn't know that.
I'm not going to play the video, but I'm going to let you listen to it just so you can hear how great she was.
It's not good without the video.
No, it's okay because you know it's Karen Carpenter. So just imagine a stick with sticks playing fucking drums.
Actually, she's its
Pretty much
arms
all
as
you
a
need to know.
bikini.
Okay, I'm gonna look that up right this second. Hold on.
Hey, but Phil Collins sang while drumming also. So
okay, let's see. Oh look, we're live tonight. I've been starving my whole life. Okay, so this is a drum solo by Karen Carpenter when she was 18 years old in 1968. I'm gonna pull it up in 1 second. Let me just get it going.
Come on.
Yeah.
When I fly off the handle.
You know, everywhere I live has like no service or power.
Jesus. Even the sticks in Florida.
Yeah, here we go. Hang on. Let me add to stream, but I'm going to take off the tube so that you don't see it.
So it's an insult to her to compare her to Wiggy.
Oh, there you go.
Every show's her first show.
Every show's the first show. I'm very good at this, you know.
You
Wow.
And that was actually just the peanut she ate going through her digestive system.
she's a regular Scott Salem on those drums.
Yeah.
Christ's sake. Listening to Karen Carpenter do a drum solo at 9:45 on Wednesday. What happened to my life over here?
I was on the lookout for the heaving sound during that.
Okay, so let's move on a little bit. Here's, we always need.
Now, can you play Mama June playing a tuba?
No. So we're gonna throw me off, you fuck. Yeah, there always has to be one or two gross mom things. So let's just play one of those. Okay, here we go. And this is all so sticky, it's just all so fucking sticky. Again, he went into the food. Again, he went into the fucking TV. Again, he went into like 3 days in a row now. He has basically told the same story, right? Like it's just
yeah.
No life experiences, and the ones you want to hear, he'll never talk about.
No, here's our little 22-second add-on though.
I go, how you feeling?
Listen, it's the same thing every day.
I go, but I sent you to the gynecologist. He gave you the new cream for your vag. How's that working?
Oh boy.
I'm on so many creams. I don't know what's going on.
Okay. Yeah.
Dennis, was it you that says, I think today in the mockery thread, that he's getting very, very lazy with the mom impression where he's losing all enthusiasm? Even for the one thing he can do, he can't even do that anymore.
I didn't say that. That was said because it is lazy. At this point, he is just basically making Ray sound like depression incarnate. I mean, and we all know that's not really the way Ray is.
But she might be. I mean, she's dying.
But even so, remember, he's always done this though. Where the last 5 years though, the Ray impersonation has become more and more and more of this of him. It's basically him projecting his inner feelings.
100%.
And it is so painful to listen to. I don't think she's that bad.
I
mean,
agree, David. He's never
I
had to
think
talk
she's
to his
fine.
mom like
I
that
think she's
either.
fine.
I agree.
I think she's bad, but I don't think she's like that though. I think she has a very positive outlook.
And you're right,
And he
Sonny,
doesn't
he
like
never
that.
talked to his mom like this. I mean, you know what?
Yeah.
When you're married to somebody for 75 years, you're going to be depressed when that person is it's your right
Exactly.
arm. I mean, he died. She's depressed.
Exactly.
But I think that you're right. His mimicking her is a reflection of his feelings. And so
Exactly.
that's the way he hears her in his brain. And she may not be quite that bad, but yeah, okay. Tiger Lily says, well, we have the answer to our question about Howard regretting talking about his father so badly before his death. He's doubling down. Yeah, for sure.
Oh, he
I
doesn't
mean,
give a shit.
like
He doesn't
Gina's
care.
right. She probably has dementia. I mean, they could send Fred. They could send Fred in to hang out with her with the Ben puppet. She wouldn't know the difference.
She wouldn't
Puppet
know.
has dementia. The whole show is dementia.
That's dementia.
He, you know, the thing is today, you know, he actually brought up Ellen. I don't know if we have a clip of it.
Oh,
He
right.
actually brought up
Ellen said,
Ellen.
no, I didn't bring her up.
And it was just really weird because he actually kind of downplayed his own sister and her dealing with her mother. Remember, Ellen is older than Howard.
A few more
And-
years than I thought. 5 years, Dennis?
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
a very big gap. And I'm sorry, but I'm imagining Ellen has a much better rapport with Ray at this point.
Ellen
than
also
Howard.
lives probably about 15 minutes away from her. So
Exactly.
Ellen's there all the time.
Exactly. But the way he dismissed Ellen, you know, going and seeing his mother was actually just really typical Howard. I mean,
Because again,
so
it was about the
typical.
stupid fucking TV. It was about the TV. You know, and I
Yes.
spoke to my sister Ellen, said she didn't have any problems with the TV, but then when I
Of
spoke to
course
my
she
mother,
did.
and it's just such yammering. It's just blather. It's like
How is
everything
that a show,
is
as Tiger
blather.
Lily says? How is
It
this a
isn't.
show?
It's
How is this
not.
a show? On any metric, and could you imagine packaging this and saying, yes, this is my show. I'm going to sell this to podcast networks and other radio
No.
networks. Could you
No.
imagine some
No.
civilian
No.
doing this material?
No, agreed, Tiger Lily. Raised from an era where she lived for her husband's wants and needs. She doesn't know who she is without him. She probably never even had to write out a check. Okay,
No.
she's from that world. She won't
Well,
live.
no.
I agree. I don't think she'll last out the year.
She actually probably wrote out the checks and stuff, but him and her, you know, they were a team basically. I mean, honestly, they were
That's who
very
they
similar
are.
and
I
they
mean,
had a thing
they're
in common. Right.
yes, and I get that. I get that, and I get how horrible it must be to lose that. I mean, shit, my mother
But
went
Howard
through
doesn't get it.
depression. You know, it was horrible when I lost my dad, and I can't even imagine being married 75 years. Like, I can't even imagine. That's
But Howard absolutely shows none of that. He's a sociopath, and it shows.
Yeah, of course
This
he is.
really shows it.
Of course
This
he
shows
is.
it.
I mean, who would talk about their mother's fucking vaginal cream? You're such a
Scary.
dick.
I mean, it's just fucking
Such a
scary.
dick.
It's not like
Guy,
it's
like,
comedic. It's not like it has any comedic
Yeah,
value at all. It's not like we have any the 70-year-old
Wolfie
talking
and
about
the other one
vaginal.
there, like chuckling about it, like it's so
Right.
fucking
It's got
funny.
no punchline. It's got
And,
no
like whatever he's
sting.
saying is so funny.
It's not clever.
So let's move
By the
on.
way,
to
Dennis,
these-
great use of incarnate. Before, don't think I didn't catch that. I've never heard you pull out an incarnate on me.
Well,
And I want to
had
say
dig
this
that
too:
out.
if you're listening to the show, if you are just started listening to the Stern Show like during the serious years, I bet you 90 some odd % of that audience has no idea Howard has a sister.
No, you're right.
To the extent he brings her up, it's like he is an only. I mean, right from fucking Private Parts, he has brought up his sister maybe 5 times in the last 15
If
years, and
that.
it only comes up and said if that, and it only comes. That we had that for Christ's sake, the Belmore Library. We have that thing during Hurricane Sandy. Howard's sister stayed at the Belmore Library because Howard wouldn't take her in.
Instead of staying at the Castle Gay Skull.
Yes.
Chaka Khan says it's what Howard did when he was 40. So edgy. He doesn't understand today at 70. It's disgusting.
And
he doesn't
old.
understand that.
Yes, and tired. Right. Exactly.
So let's move on to a
40
happy subject. What, babe? What, babe?
At 40, he didn't even do this though. At 40, it was still kind of not sociopathic. This is
Hey, he was
sociopathic.
spanking prostitutes with a fish. Okay.
Exactly.
Okay.
You
But
know,
most of what
having
he did,
conversations with his parents.
I will
This
contend
is-
and I will double down that the reason that he did any of those antics was because of the E show. and that he just, he just built on that, and lesbians, and having in all these pros, and they would pay these chicks with plugs to come in, that they would meet at Scores. I mean, it was just that whole world. And that's what made the E Show so successful, is because that's what he did. But deep down in his heart, he always wanted Cocktober, and we know it.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yep.
absolutely. Oh,
Okay, so let me move on to a happier subject, and let's talk about a happier subject. And let's talk about Howard's new iPhone. So he got a new iPhone. It was just kind of weird. I have a theory about why he said what he said, and let's talk about it in a moment. So hang on, let me play.
Who knows what I have? Whatever they're selling, I'm buying. I'm on this phone. You know what? Yesterday I had to update the phone. I had to be without my phone for about 3 hours. I thought I was going to have a
3 hours to update your phone.
3 hours?
You want to know why?
Modern phone.
You want to know why?
Really?
You want to know why?
Matt and Jeff.
Why?
That's exactly right. Because he had to give it to his assistant. He said,
Yes.
go over to the Verizon store, take
Yes,
my
ma'am.
phone with you, get the new phone, and then have them download all the information from my phone onto the new phone. So with
Just
the
like you,
drive,
Dennis. 6 people to update your phone, right? Don't
6
you use
people
6
to update the phone. Exactly.
AV people?
Transfer
to
the
update-
information to the new
Yeah.
phone.
How
people
long does it usually take to transfer 64 gigabytes of cock pictures?
Longer than you
20
think,
minutes or
sir.
so.
Longer than you think.
conniption. I
Silly.
mean,
Don't
I
ask.
couldn't find my wife. Like she didn't have her phone. I didn't have my phone. I was like, I had to like run through the house looking for her. And I was like so annoyed. I'm like, fuck this. I can't text her. I don't know where she is.
Yeah, because when you live in a house, that's
17,000 square feet.
15,000. 15,000 square
Oh,
feet.
15. Oh, sorry, I was giving them a
15. Why you
couple.
15? They said 17.
No, it's 15,000. Why couldn't
think
he just
you're
have one to help look for it? I mean,
Did they have an intercom system in that house?
probably.
So Beth probably got a new phone too, hence the 3 hours. So they probably had to wait for the 2 new phones, and then somebody had to go deliver them over to the Verizon store that they
That's
could
right.
and watch over it. So make sure that nobody
But-
steals any information
Yes,
from
yes,
their
No.
incredibly important, super secret, special phone.
Mo,
Mm.
how careless is it of him to not put an air tag on Beth? I mean, for fuck's sake. You know? And it's an investment, right? You got to
Well,
protect your
you gotta
investment.
do
You gotta make sure.
something with your
Well,
investment.
actually,
Or just follow the sound of the pool man moaning, and you'll probably get somewhere near her.
Yeah,
I
well,
would use her dad's ankle bracelet at a certain point. I would just pass it off to Beth
well,
as a tracking device.
usually with horses, you can use a tracking a
Yeah, the little
microchip.
chip. Yeah, the little GPS chip. Yeah.
Put it right there
There
in the
you
back
go.
of his neck.
okay, you guys are
What-
horrible.
Yes,
One of my
I
favorite
know.
rumors, which I hope is true, and I believe every word of it. I think it might have been Crazy Days and Nights. It might have been Whiskers about the webcam rumor of Howard just watching gay porn all day. And you remember that one? They said that he is gay and that what he does is
And okay,
Yeah, and
no. I was what you talk about with the secrecy of the phone and the technology getting, and I think that he is terrified of all the technological.
don't you
secrets.
remember that's
When
the
it-
whole reason he doesn't have wireless phones in the house? They're
That's
all
right.
wired phones.
Right, right.
From literally like from 2000, because he's scared that somebody will listen in from outside.
Right.
He's really paranoid about that, which is kind of weird, don't you think?
Yeah.
a little strange.
It should be.
I care about you. I
You
don't
know
want to-
you smirk when you say EpiPen.
Do you know how much money I have invested in you? I've known you 25 years. I mean, I don't need you being taken out by a bee after all.
Investment.
I love when you play that. It's like
greatest.
we should do like some celebratory music just for that.
My investment. You know? Anyway.
Silence.
You know.
Silence.
Okay, so that was his new phone, and then he starts talking about The Bachelorette and about the girls.
Jesus
I mean,
Christ.
admittedly, the girls on this season are fucking psychotic, and they're constantly talking about, "Am I too damaged to be loved?"
The
And
one girl, that girl that he was talking about, I pulled the picture. I mean, shit, she's a little scary. I mean, she's less scary actually. Her
Ooh,
like
Gabby?
crazy. Yeah, she is fucking crazy. Fucking crazy eyes.
Gabby
No.
definitely is damaged. That's for
That's
sure.
yeah, no.
But she's not even close to how damaged the other one is on there, Rachel. Like insane.
You know what's more damaged?
For you girls out there who follow The Bachelor or The Bachelorette, particularly
shame on you.
Bachelorette, I am
Shame
going
on
to
you.
I'm
I
going
don't mind
to
a
be
damaged
doing
girl, but my God.
Shut up. I'm going to
sorry.
be doing a Bachelorette fashion show all about Rachel, who quite possibly wore the ugliest outfits known to mankind. I will be doing this with Harem Blanche, and we don't have a date popped up yet, but probably sometime in the next like 2 weeks or so. I just got to get my shit together with all the pictures of ugliness that really have gone down in history as some of the most offensive clothing that a person who's a bachelorette can possibly wear on a show.
Loren Blanche has one of the coolest speaking voices I think I've ever heard. I love his I love his pipes.
Yeah, me too. Me too. I love him, and
cool dude.
he'll do a great show. And you know how he's a fashion maven, so it'll be awesome.
Zuma show.
Zuma show. Howard is just mad because he invested so much money into Beth and she never won the Kentucky Derby. You know, that's what they say about when you buy horses. It's a risky thing. So here's what he says about women.
But she's very damaged girl. And you know I like that. I'm attracted to damaged girls.
You think you have a better shot?
Yeah, it was all I could ever get, you know.
Little passive there?
What could he be?
Beth is damaged. She's basic bitch beefus. She's not damaged at all. She's
I think it's a little
fucking
damaged. It's
prom
damaged.
queen life.
Damaged,
the only thing
bro.
she's damaged about she's body dysmorphia. That's it. That
Exactly.
doesn't make you damage across the board.
Bro,
she's a basic
she's like
bitch.
a fucking 87 Ford Escort with a bent chassis, man.
Exactly.
I think she has portrayed herself though as the
He'd like her to
damaged
be.
girl because he wants to be able to take care of her. That's the whole thing. That's why that
We
childlike.
mentioned this before. It all goes back to the era where he was obsessed with Pretty Woman. Like he wanted to fucking take the hooker off the street and make her a princess.
Yep.
He wanted to be the hooker.
We can talk all day about everything. It all goes back to that.
Yeah, I mean, it really is. You know, she's very juvenile in her thinking, in her way of speaking, in the way that she dresses, even. You know, and it definitely goes towards that Arrested Development thing, where she probably never, kind of like the football player in high school, who after he got out of high school, where he was lauded and applauded and handsome, and all the girls liked him, and the next thing you know, he's like that fat bastard with a beer gut and the pleated khaki pants who's working at the Chevrolet dealership.
Hey, no personal shit, dude. Come on.
Still living in his glory days of being that guy in high school. And that's who she is.
Are you saying that Mo, are you saying she scored 4 touchdowns for Polk
in one game?
In one game?
She stopped development probably around 14, 15 years old.
So when the principal had its way with the investment.
Yeah, well, you know what? She was lauded. She felt adored. People loved her. And then she gets to New York and she's a, Pittsburgh
Average.
Polish 5 in the modeling world. And she was in for a rude awakening. And all she could do was fit model.
Do you think the principal used lines on her like, hey, Beth, you want to be the cum alata?
The what?
David said it best, I think, as he often does. The Bestrionics act has convinced Howard that she's damaged. I agree 100%. That's her game.
That's her game.
That's the con. That's
Long
the Mercer
con, baby.
Kitchen.
Long con.
Soho con.
It's all about him,
David,
Ed.
yes.
It's all about him, Ed. That's exactly right.
Ed.
So we get Ed. It's all about
the
him.
comma Ed.
Ed.
You go to sleep.
Call him Ed.
Wake up.
Okay, so now we're going to talk about a new character we just met today named Sam.
Jesus.
Sam is probably one of the first backroom females that we have heard in how long?
Since the lawsuits were settled?
Tracy Millman.
Perhaps.
No, they had another one on last year.
Who from the back room?
Yeah, from the back room. It was it was not memorable.
Rachel
Memorable, right?
Yeah. It was
Okay, so let's introduce ourselves to Sam. Here we go.
You watched with JD, Sam? How do you do that over Zoom?
No, so JD is part of a.
She's definitely the girl who does Ivana.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
I've never met a Sam that wasn't damaged either.
Girls chat we have, and it's like we have a big slumber party together. JD stays up with me and two of the other women, and we text each other during The Bachelor, and he says cute little funny things, and it's
Like,
just
get
a
some
lot
peanut
of fun.
butter.
He even names the chat girls chat.
Wow.
No, we love it.
Very nice.
Like
Yeah,
a sleepover.
You have a
And
dog.
JD's very astute when it comes to watching television. That's his superpower. So he's
Yeah,
fun to
it's
watch
an
with.
honor to watch television with
Yeah.
JD.
Yeah,
This
you
is
girls are lucky.
professional.
Yeah.
So then, you can tell she wants to be on air because
Of course.
he starts
Yeah.
to like talk the Howard talk. So they're still talking about this Gabby chick who is going to be on Dancing with the Stars. And by the way, she was fucking phenomenal because of course I couldn't sleep after the show last night, so I stayed up to watch it. She was ridiculous. So listen to her being one of the guys.
You watched with JD, Sam? How do you do that? Over Zoom?
Oh, sorry.
No,
sorry,
so
guys,
JD.
Hold on, stop for a second.
Go.
Mr. Judy Tenuta has a great idea. Where is JD's wife? Why is he texting girls?
They work.
Seriously, this is like
it's a work thing, and JD.
He's got to attach himself.
The same guy that was jerking off the dogs and peanut butter on the internet.
Exactly.
That
Well,
who can be
I mean,
trusted.
That's that guy.
You think?
That's that guy.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Listen.
Right on. Carry on.
But I want to see Gabby. What kind of outfit was she wearing with that
Oh
body?
my
of
God,
hers?
Howard, you would have.
Titty,
I mean, I was like,
everything?
Jesus Christ, little titty, legs out.
Right.
I mean, those
practically
like to call
practically
them
naked.
stems. Oh my God, she
Right.
looked amazing.
So here will come Sam now, who might be like maybe lesbianic. Who knows? Maybe
Sounds
that
it.
will appeal to Howard. They all
certainly
put
get her on
these
the
in
air. That's
plan
right.
to appeal to his most prurient needs. So
Ooh,
it's just kind of
prurient.
interesting to
I
me
hate
that this would be like a new introduction of a character on the show to have JD meanwhile is sexually harassing interns. Well, we
No,
thought
he's right. Could you imagine how he'd be if he had real power? How Weinsteinian he'd be if he actually had real power.
Oh my God, he's so disgusting. See,
I know.
he is Eric the Midget with movable legs. Like he's
Definitely.
very fucking entitled. He thinks
Yeah.
that he's entitled.
Yep.
Oh, attention, Queen Death update. Today is a one-off public holiday in Australia to mourn the untimely death
Lucky
of the
bastards.
world's most important queen, aside from Beavis. Why would you wait so long? She's already in the ground.
Yeah,
You
they
had all
dropped
week.
the old
There's a-
hag in
there's
the
a-
ground already.
She's dead and buried.
But it's Australia. They're a day ahead, so
They're
it's
like
totally
17 hours ahead, so they have to do it.
This is
while
screwed
they're-
up.
Meanwhile,
G'day, mate.
mark my words, Charles doesn't last more than like 15, 20 years, and that
Oh,
other
15,
one will
10.
be
Look at him.
in office in no time. He will
Look at
definitely
him.
be in. Mrs. Beaverhausen knows all of this stuff.
Beaverhausen!
I know.
Ah.
I don't know what happened to my Beaverhausen recording. I should have made him do one when he was here last week. Okay, this was kind of classic. I posted this on my Instagram today because, of course, this pretty much sums up. What are you looking at?
Shellback Club. Didn't she die like last month in Australia?
One would think. Sin Lou, I can't do everything. I can't look at the comments and play the clips. And
I'm sorry.
do all this
I'm
stuff at the
distracted
same
by the
time.
comments.
I wish Bon Jovial would put up some of the clips, other than the fact that he has a holiday because the Queen died.
Yeah, it is a holiday.
It's a
I'm
holiday.
a bottle of wine deep right now, so this is good.
Oh, okay. Because you know what? When you're drinking, it's so funny. His green screen looks like it's dripping from his microphone. It's kind of weird. It's almost creepy. Not gonna lie. All right.
Well, I mean, the picture itself is creepy.
Yeah, not the incestuous groping going on behind him, Monique. and
I wanna feel the sun, have barbecues. I wanna see my friends, the old and new. We'll turn on the game and share some laughs, and we'll play this and that.
You're getting so quick at that.
I
You're
think
getting
it is
so
so
good.
good.
That's
Oh
so
my
good.
You're playing the cast in Australia with 50 million ahead of you. Yeah, but she's been dead for like a week.
So she died in the future.
So she's literally dead a
Still
month
alive?
in your days.
Is she still alive? I'm confused.
When am I going on WATP? Oh, Okay, so we're recording on Saturday at 2:00 in the afternoon, which is really ridiculous. I mean, it's middle of the day on a Saturday. It's like a weird time, but it was the only time that we could both get together. And I think he has some other guests lined up, so it should be kind of fun. And we'll see. What are you doing? What are you doing?
They're asking me what I'm drinking. That's what I'm drinking.
Could you just tell them? Could
No,
you
because I don't want to
please?
interrupt you. It's easier just to show a picture.
Oh, okay, because that doesn't distract me even slightly. Here we go.
It shouldn't distract you. You're supposed to be.
Feel some.
Okay, so they did a fart game, and it was for Robin to guess whose fart she was hearing from people on the staff. So
I'm glad I missed this.
yeah,
Oh,
that's
yeah.
what we that's where we are now. So listen to what he says.
Gee.
I'm pretty sure this is our last show on Sirius because it looks like we've run out of things to do based on this.
Okay.
This is what John Hand's talking about. 4th grade horseshit. This is the show. Is that you want to spend your last days, Robin, doing this?
Yeah.
Newswoman.
She doesn't
The
care.
highest paid
Hours.
newswoman. Doing Queen Laquifa says Super Trooper.
As long as the check clears. She doesn't
That's true.
care.
Highest paid
Really,
newswoman.
seriously. I mean, I saw people commenting on this. I didn't realize it was like a game. That is holy shit.
You can't take it with you, Dennis. And who's she going to leave it to? You? Her
Because
nephew?
That'd be nice.
It would be nice.
because again,
I think
you know,
Crazy Robin should get it.
70
You know what? For
people
the
in
amount of
that
time poor
room.
Dennis has put in,
Yeah.
she should
know.
fucking leave him some money.
I know. I think it goes to Crazy Robin.
Yeah, Jesus
The
Christ.
Real Robin.
Fuck.
God,
He's
I'm so
like
happy
fucking-
tomorrow's Thursday.
He's up to like Unabomber time at this point in jail.
Yeah.
Don't you love with that Sam chick was still this facade that it's a show for guys and it's
Oh my
locker room
God.
talk. The only locker
Yeah,
room this
okay.
is the fucking
Yeah, I mean,
bathhouse.
What
This-
what locker is she fucking visiting?
I mean, this is
bathhouse.
like the locker room in prison at the shower.
Yeah.
Where they drop the soap.
Well, you
I
look
mean,
at
this
this
is
Brent and Caitlin, like he had to go into like deviant sex acts in order to be able to make it on air. You know what I mean? Like he had to keen to come on Wino Forever the Deppening. Okay, this is really something you got to really take off air. Okay, this is a whole
That's good, Bon Jovi. Okay, I got an idea.
I see you putting it back up. Is this not
Jesus.
something you guys could talk about off air? Seriously? Are you
This is a
kidding?
weird show.
well, he's in tomorrow, so it's all messed up.
Yeah, yeah, I know. I
Can't-
know. He wakes up shot out of a cannon. It's just
Out
like,
of a cannon.
yeah. Okay. So finally, my last clip for this portion of the show
The locker room in the brambles.
is
Yeah.
Ronnie talking about how he will never see anybody on the show again.
Just
Now,
think about this for a second.
Apparently, his girlfriend is now working from home, which to me it looks like all she's doing is Instagramming all day, like doing reels with her dog. But apparently, she has a job at home now, and
It still works.
Wait,
It's
isn't she
okay.
a-
it's not getting
Isn't
old.
she supposed to be a vet?
It's
How
not
the
getting
fuck
old
do you work
ever.
from home?
She's a vet tech. What does
Yeah.
that mean?
She's a certified veterinary technician, which is basically the highest you can be without being a veterinarian in a veterinary hospital. So she has the skills to be able to do most of the things with your pet, except
How do you do that from
diagnose.
home?
She's the Ashley
You
Stern
can't
of
do it
vets,
from
Dennis.
home.
No,
Yeah,
she works
honestly.
for some company corporately now called Vetmates.
Now, the only thing you can do with that is that there's usually like phone centers. No, I'm serious. So like the drug companies, other companies, they have vet techs to answer questions
Yeah.
to pet owners
Okay.
or hospitals.
Oh,
and
really?
they give responses.
Hmm.
Maybe
So you're
that's
saying
what
they don't
she's
mail
doing.
her? They don't mail her like a Lhasa Apso?
Oh, I had a
Open the
Lhasa
box
Apso
and
X.
fix the dog
You
and
made
send
me
it
miss
back.
my
Did you
dog
really?
Mindy. Yeah, I had a Lhasa Mindy.
You know those
She's
were
a
like
Tibetan
Chinese little
watchdog.
guard dogs?
Indy is
Yes,
such a
Tibetan
good
watchdog. I can't believe
name.
you know that.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Those are
My
good fucking
sister
dogs.
loved Mork and Mindy.
They're kind of
Monique,
dicks
she-
though, but they're good dogs.
They are
They
absolutely.
were. She was a dick. Mindy was a dick. You're right.
Yeah.
Mindy
She's
was
adorable. She's like a little
You can say
Ewok.
that sentence.
Adorable. But what an attitude.
Hey guys, don't forget to like and
Diva.
subscribe our Lhasa Apso show.
I can't
Oh my
do
God,
that.
hold on.
Tibetan watchdog.
Like and
was the,
subscribe.
thing.
Lhasa Apsos all day.
You have one, X?
No, it wouldn't.
No.
Okay.
I
I
just pulled that
don't
out
know
my
if that'd
ass.
be a great idea.
Yeah.
I
Really
just, I
should.
just happen to
It
know
was
that they
the
were
best
little
day of
like
my life. I
Chinese
came
Let's
back from
whiteboard
Beth.
that,
fucking
Dennis.
guard dogs.
Let's whiteboard that for some other time.
Yeah, can we?
All right, let's listen to Ronnie. Oh, and then the whole big thing about Ronnie having 10 gin and tonics on Sunday.
This was really weird. Oh, I mean, this is strange.
The whole thing is strange.
It's really strange.
The whole thing is strange. Yes, Josh, smash the like button. All right,
You ready for Bashan?
so Ronnie's just basically saying he's never going
Michelle
to.
Fritz, should we go down that rabbit hole?
Some of the guys were telling me, they talk to Ronnie off the air all the time. They always pass along nuggets, and they said Ronnie now feels that he will never, ever again see Robin or Fred in person. And me, he feels he probably never will see me in person again for the rest of his life. Right,
You
Ron?
think you'll never see me again?
Yeah, well, I don't know how
He lives in
gonna happen.
Vegas. How many years does Ronnie have left?
Vegas.
Well, nobody goes anywhere anymore. That's the thing too. Like
that's true.
People really, they're afraid to travel.
People, those people don't travel.
Normal people are traveling. I don't
It's always annoyed me that Wiggy downplayed Stephanie's accomplishments in animal care. His
Makes
wife
Beth
works
look bad,
for
Beaverhausen.
classes, and Stephanie actually is involved in
Yeah.
saving animals' lives.
It makes Beth look bad.
Yeah. Well, big difference there. Yeah, of
That's
course
right.
he's
Howard
gonna
doesn't
minimalize it.
doesn't fly commercial, right?
Howard does
No,
not.
it's all private. It's all private.
Okay.
Yep.
Has
As it
Dennis's
should
wife ever treated Beth? No. She only does small animals.
C 137 goes
Cameron,
from
go
vet
behind the
tech
barn,
to
old girl.
OnlyFans feet model.
Oh my God, you guys! I have no control over the show, and I don't even know what to say. Bon Jovial has hijacked it, and you guys are all like blathering, and I have no control. I just have no control. That's all I got to say. David says, listening to Robin acting like Ronnie's crazy for thinking Howard wouldn't go to Vegas. He's not wrong. No, of course not. And don't you remember?
The computer.
Jesus Christ.
What's going on?
Holy
I'm
shit.
afraid.
Was that on purpose, or was that you really are cleaning it out?
No.
Was it,
It's-
is it?
It's
Every
the
time's the
monster.
first time.
What's going on?
Someone talk to me. This game's scary.
Okay, just trying to.
You want to come on? Want to come on, smartass? Huh?
Come on, we're talking from tomorrow.
Unmute
Ken.
that mic.
Enough.
Stopping now. Oh, sure.
Now he's muted.
How's my day going to be tomorrow? Is it going to be better than today?
The hell's
Monster
going on?
hijacker from the future. She'll do it when she gets up here. All right, I gotta. Okay, John.
Yeah.
We have some clips, and we wanted to talk about what do you got? Gary on the wrap-up show.
Well, I would just go from Ronnie because thank you to our friend Traced Inked, because I wouldn't have seen this without him.
Oh,
He
Trace. Yeah.
happens to listen to Summer School, and he found this is like better than the real Stern show, that Ronnie went after Gary for calling him a starfucker, and they had this whole controversy fighting over some band that Ronnie was taught, and then Ronnie revealed what a starfucker Gary is to him, cock blocking from celebrities. And this is during Summer School, August 10th. And I want to thank Traced Inc. for finding this. And it's a good Ronnie Gary fight, which you'll never hear on the current Stern
I'm always
show.
good for a good Ronnie Gary fight. Here we go.
Guys are famous in real life. Like we went out to
I don't
dinner.
know about all
When we
that.
went out to dinner. Well, we need to talk about the dinner the other night, Ronnie, because
I hate Rashawn, by the way. Okay.
you
Yeah, I
had
just
this history
minimal.
last night about what happened with the Selling Sunset brothers and that interaction.
Yeah, and I think that Gary was more upset than I was that he didn't recognize him.
Oh, well, so do you really thought Gary was upset?
Yeah, I do. I think Gary gets very upset when people don't recognize him.
Why do you think that?
I don't know. I just like if somebody recognizes me and I'm talking to them.
Yeah.
Gary will get in the middle of the conversation.
So you feel like
This
he's
has
still in your
happened-
shine?
This has happened.
God, I hate Rashawn.
At work. Like I could be Robert Downey Jr. I'm talking to him in the hall. He came over to me. He's having a whole conversation with me.
I know what this whole
and
thing's
Gary
about,
sees
too.
me talking to him.
They brought it
He
up on the
comes
show
over and,
today,
like,
John.
starts
really?
a conversation and it's like kind of like, get the fuck out of my way, pal.
You don't
know?
think that's just Gary being the executive producer of the show, making the guest comfortable, greeting the guest. You think
No, this
you
is
think-
after he greeted him already and everything.
So you think it's intentional? He's like, I see Ronnie getting close with these people. Let me come hate.
I didn't go to him. See, that's the thing.
Okay, I'll tell you what it's about. So there's a show on Netflix called Selling Sunset. And it's this real estate office in Beverly Hills. I'm sure you've all gotten wind of it.
It's a reality show, Money?
Basically these slut-nosed real estate chicks who, sell these multi-million-dollar homes. But the guy who runs the whole thing is probably 5'7", shaved head guy. He's like the big swinging dick of the fucking real estate office. Ronnie watches that show. Ronnie wanted to go over to him and just say hi to him, and Gary shoves his 2 cents in and says, no, let me go make the introduction, let me go do it. And so apparently this segues into what Traced actually said on the website today, which is that they're no longer going to be doing the Thursday wrap-up show.
Right.
They're going to be doing something with Steve Langford, and his first
Really
show is about digging into this scuttlebutt and this fight that they I hate that I know this.
I
This
thought
story that
Langford
they
was
have.
done with that, Monique. That he's
No, new
gone
show.
on.
New show on
You talking about
Thursdays.
Lieberman or
Oh,
Langford?
Lieberman.
yeah,
It's
okay.
Lieberman. So,
Lieberman.
my
Sorry.
first comment is why would he even doing a Thursday wrap up show anyway? There was
No.
nothing to wrap up. There was
Yeah.
nothing left.
What do you think do you think Gary goes up to that producer and goes, "Hey, Lucas will blow you. Give him a job."
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, Daddy.
Lucas
But apparently he was really aggressive. And so Lieberman called this guy. I can't remember his name. But he called him and said, how did it go down? And he said, well, I got to be honest with you. I thought that Gary was people come up to me in the street all the time. I just thought that Gary was a little aggressive. And so Ronnie was like, see, you blew the whole fucking game for me. All I was going to do is, go up to him, shake his hand and tell him how much I like the show and blah, blah, blah. And that that Gary just steamrolled him. Generous take. I bet Ronnie is more or less a good guy. He's miserable, but I don't think
fuck him.
He probably has more positives than negatives.
It's more
but he's
normal.
Yeah.
All right,
Let's kind of pick.
let's
kind of pick a date at a leper colony. These guys.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know if I don't think he's jealous. I think it bothers him that these people talk to me. That's the impression.
How long has this behavior from Gary been going on, Ronnie?
For years, dude. It's been going on for years.
What other celebrities has he butted in on?
Has he hated on?
I can't remember. I remember everybody, but it's pretty much anyone that would talk to me. That was out in the hall. Actually,
hello.
Steven Tyler, another one. He had the flat Ronnie. He took it on tour with them, and I'm out there talking to him about it. And then there's Gary.
So just so you know who the people are on this.
Okay.
Thing.
You watch the show, Monique?
No, he's talking about this Jason Oppenheim. Saw him in the street.
It's a very German name.
So these are all the Jerry Hall looking twatzos that work for him.
They do look like Jerry Hall.
And
What's
obviously
the brunette doing there?
I know, how dare she?
Get out.
That's my new RadioGunk
Wait,
fake
so
name.
they're
on the
twins.
forums.
They're twins. They're twins. They run the
Holy
office.
they're twins?
So here's
that's freaky.
So this one, she was married to the handsome guy on This Is Us, Chriselle Strauss. She divorced. He divorced her ass really, really quickly, and now she's hooking up with quite possibly one of the ugliest lesbians I've ever seen in my life. She's going through a thing. I hate that I know this. It's because every morning when I'm on the phone with Xavier, we're always looking for tidbits of information to talk about.
Blame me
on our show.
Could you imagine getting overheard by someone in the background talking about this shit?
Can you imagine that they're having a gigantic fight over somebody named Jason Oppenheim?
I know.
Who's on some stupid real estate show? Seriously, who could care? Who could care?
My Chriselle Strauss over here.
All right, I want to move on to Ed Bradley
I
because
saved my little boy from Oppenheim's deadly toy.
This is what we're
There's
gonna.
no monopoly of common sense.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so So you sent me a JPEG from Sara.
Oh
And
yeah, Sarah updated her creepy Me Too sexual predator friends of the Howard Stern show thread she had.
I
And
added
all
to
the names
this
of, and
'cause I didn't
you
see your
added
name
to
on
this,
there.
Dennis. Dennis, who did
Hey,
you
what do
say
you
at
do
the
for a
end
living?
there?
Sam Kinison.
Sam
He's not on
Kinison
that
actually.
list.
Well, that was like before it was, so he definitely would be part of it if.
But no, Sam definitely was though.
Okay, let's see who we got here real quickly. Robert Kraft, Harvey Weinstein, Dominic Barbara, David Letterman, Matt Lauer, Louis C.K., Robin Quivers.
She just threw some in for
Forrest,
comedy effect. But, okay.
Ronnie, Don Buchwald, I Miss Ralph, Sal Calabro, David Geffen, Harry Levin, Double A, Mike Tyson, Bob Ostrowski, Vinny Favali, Dr. Keith, Kevin Spacey, Bill O'Reilly, Charlie Rose, Donald Trump, Brett Ratner, Andy Dick, Lenny Dykstra, George Takei, Marilyn Manson, Hulk Hogan, Bubba, Jeff the Vomit Guy, Alec Baldwin, Joey Botafuco, Jan Wenner, Brett Gray, Les Moonves, Kenneth Keith Callenbeck, Daniel Carver, Sam Simon, Brendan Murphy, Dave Lambert, Jerry Seinfeld, J.D. Harmeyer, Quentin Tarantino, Lena Dunham, Whitney Cummings, Amy Schumer, Andrew Cuomo, Adam Levine, Jeff Ross, Jimmy Fallon, Horatio Sands, James Franco, Seth Rogen, Ron Jeremy.
Well,
Also, Mario Cuomo could be added to that too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did Mario Cuomo have a Me Too? I didn't know that.
I don't think Mario had a Me Too.
Yeah, he was an
He was a
asshole.
pretty
anyway.
honorable dude, Dennis. I don't know about
No, he
that.
wasn't.
Yeah.
What did he
I
do?
have backstories. I'll tell you later.
Well, tell me now. Tell us now.
Who gives a shit? The guy is dead. He was like,
He was an
wasn't
absolute
allowed to vote when
my,
he was
my
in office.
grandfather knew him. He was an absolute dirtbag. He said
I
really
trust your grandfather implicitly, Dennis.
He was a federal court judge. I hope you would. So he was a real dirtbag. He was actually coming out against Koch as calling him gay, and actually was
gay.
But he was sending out pamphlets in the 70s when Koch was going to run for governor.
Oh,
and
he
he
had
was
this
actually
picture.
he was
Sending out
doing really
pamphlets.
dirtbag stuff against him, and
I
it
believe
was
you.
his father. The son doesn't fall very far from the
Oh, can I tell you some scumbag stories I know personally about Trump, or we can't go there?
No, we can't go
not
there.
today.
Not today. But I'm just
Well,
saying.
That's 7:30 already. Come on.
Yeah, I
come
know.
on,
We gotta
move
go.
on.
We gotta go. Okay, so let's go into Ed Bradley 1. And just
I'm
let me know
sorry,
what-
Monique. I'm sorry to interrupt you. Bruce Tomaszewski goes, and he hosed down his own sidewalk. That is a
dare
great
you.
guinea.
How dare you?
That is a great guinea tag,
Yeah,
Bruce.
vote for Como, not the homo. That actually was something they sent.
Was that a
out.
real thing?
Yeah, it was.
I could see that. I could see
Get the
that.
T-shirt, Dennis. I want to
It
see
was
it.
horrible
Yeah,
though,
I
because
don't
I met Ed
actually own
Koch.
a
Ed
cat.
Koch was a really great guy.
He was
That
on
just
Howard a lot.
Despicable shit. It was despicable shit.
Couple
No,
of
it is
Stern
not
rallies
his
he was
kitty. We were just talking about that though today. There's a dog we follow on Instagram.
Oh yeah.
Named Clancy, and there's nothing better actually. And we were
Wait,
thinking
was it
Falling
nice?
is a
had
dog
a
hack.
cat that would do the same thing and give it Whisker's voice would be pretty fucking awesome. Like I think we should do that. I really think so. By the way, my dog has gone viral because I squeeze his balls. But
If anybody likes to see dog manipulation, they should check out Mo's dog's Instagram. You think I'm
Wait,
joking? I'm
whoa.
not.
More bestiality than Hank McCoy.
I mean, I've never seen a dog go, "Hello, Frisco."
Wow.
Wow.
Monique, I think you brought a whole new meaning to reach around.
Yes.
Reach
You
around.
you have no idea the shenanigans that are going on in my
tough guy.
Hey, tough guy.
Um.
Oh, you have no idea. It's really
Yeah.
yeah, I'm gonna show you guys right now though.
No.
No.
No, doggy fuera.
You better watch out. JD may be contacting you.
I don't even
Yeah.
I don't even know what his name
He's
is.
gonna contact Reacher.
Okay, I can't play it for you right now. Forget it. I'll do it next. I'll do it some
The
other
Red
time.
Rocket.
Teaser for next
Let's see
week.
Oh, we'll save it for next time. Okay, so give me something on Ed Bradley.
I saw again. You guys would know that there was commentary, Howard, about Biden at the Queen's funeral and the seating. So he was, what was he, sensitive about where Biden was sitting, and Howard was. How did that go with the dialogue? Cookie told me about this.
I don't even know.
Howard didn't seem like he didn't care where he was sitting, but he was upset where he was sitting.
Right.
Which is
right. So this is how this goes. So this, I didn't even hear this initially. Pittsburgh Pete calls up and says, "How do you not go to Hank's funeral and Gary's dad's funeral, but you go to Ed Bradley's funeral?" So it's just right into it like that. And then we go into Howard's raging about his seating at Bradley's funeral in the two after that.
Jesus.
Oh, I remember that.
I don't remember the whole thing. Like I remember obviously
he was
Isn't that
nuts
the one where
about the
Beth
Ed
wore her
Bradley
smart
thing.
hooker glasses?
Yes.
No,
Exactly
Joan
right.
Rivers. Joan Rivers was smart hooker glasses, not Ed Bradley. Joan
Are you
Rivers.
sure?
I don't
Okay, I
remember
could
the
be wrong.
Pittsburgh Pete call. Is
Yeah.
what I don't.
Joan Rivers. I don't think we saw pictures of Howard going into Ed Bradley, but we saw him going
No,
into
we didn't.
Yeah, the Joan Rivers one is with the smart call glasses.
Sending me an email about they read in the paper that I went to Ed Bradley's memorial service.
I was going to ask you about that because I wasn't around. I didn't know if you did.
I'll talk to you about that. I got a lot to
Such a serious look on your face in that picture in the paper. I mean, you really look
Well,
like...
what was he supposed to be?
I don't know, but I mean, you look
Well,
like...
you got to have your funeral.
You
face.
know what? He had a funeral face.
You don't put...
It wasn't my funeral face.
Looking for the car face.
I can't find my fucking car face. That's a much sadder face than the funeral face for anybody. My parents could both be killed. I wouldn't have a sadder face when I can't find my car.
Stop.
But, why weren't you at Gary's father's funeral?
Oh, stop. They went all the way back there.
They went, here's a guy on the phone.
Oh, I
Hey,
saw
Pete.
that coming up 6th Avenue.
Hey, Pete, you're on the air in Pittsburgh. Hey, he's on the phone. He goes, why did you go to Ed Bradley's funeral, not Gary's father? Like it was a
Ed
choice.
Bradley's more important.
Why would Who's Gary's father? This is some fucking...
What a
I
cunt.
don't know him.
Hardly knew him.
There wasn't anybody good there.
It is a big deal.
Hello.
I don't give a shit what fucking fans think. Dude, I told you. First of all, Gary, I was never going to Gary's father's funeral. I was going to Gary's father's wake. And on my way there, my girlfriend broke her foot, and I was in the emergency room.
It's always the foot. You ever notice that?
You knew Ed Bradley for what, 3 days? You knew Gary's father for a long time.
So
Hank
true.
the Dwarf, continuous.
Yeah, I got to Hank the Dwarf thing. Hank was.
Oh,
I think
so you didn't go to Hank's either?
Hank was in Pittsfield, Massachusetts. I'll fly in for it. No, I was in the city, and I was invited by Ruth Streeter and the widow of Ed Bradley to come to this memorial service. I thought it would be a very interesting thing to see. I thought it'd be interesting to talk about, and also I liked Ed Bradley very much. And I would have been at Gary's father's, and I wouldn't have been at Ed. If Beth broke her foot on the way to Ed Bradley's, I would have gone to the hospital with
She
her.
kept herself upright
Yes.
for Ed Bradley.
Right.
She didn't break her foot for Ed
She
Bradley.
made sure not to go to the polo match the day before Ed Bradley.
And you know what? When she
It's
she
a
had to
notion.
go
That
to
was,
Gary's viewing, she broke.
It's not like I wasn't going to Gary's father's viewing. I was on my way there.
I'd rather break
Yeah.
my foot.
That's fine. But when it comes to Hank the Dwarf, that guy gave you years.
Oh, shut the fuck up. When it comes to Hank the Dwarf. Yeah, I'm going to fly to Alaska to go to Hank the
Ed
Dwarf.
Bradley, then you didn't know him personally.
Ed Bradley was in Manhattan, and I was in Manhattan, and I decided
That's
to go.
exactly right.
I
You
thought
didn't
it'd be
know
an
him
interesting thing to... Because I miss Gary...
I bet you he's self-invited. I bet you he asked if he could come to the funeral. I bet you
Absolutely.
he Laura
He
called.
choreographed this with the fucking 60 Minutes producer. He choreographed his entrance.
The same thing with the Joan Rivers funeral, where he basically shoehorned himself in to speak.
No,
There's any
apparently
kind of-
Melissa called him and said
Bullshit.
Joan loves you and wants you to do something, and he
Was
got
that
Louis
independently-
C.K. to do the fucking write up. It wasn't
Yeah,
him.
that's exactly
He
right.
didn't do
Louis
anything
C.K.
for that.
wrote it.
Yeah, we're talking about.
Gary's father's funeral, my girlfriend broke her foot. I never go to another funeral?
The bigger point about this is that you're a celebrity, Howard. And,
What?
you always put down Oprah Winfrey for hobnobbing with Tom Cruise, etc. Look at you now. You got.
Well, that's right. I'm a big celebrity. I like to be with other
Oprah
celebrities.
Winfrey, Negro
Tough shit.
from the South.
And you should turn off your radio because I'm going to talk about Ed
No, it
Bradley's
doesn't.
funeral.
Martha Stewart, Barbara Walters, the people you're dealing with now are the people Oprah was dealing with.
Okay.
This is the guy who called last week. It pissed me off. This is the Pittsburgh kid who's going to be a big movie and radio star.
Oh, he's right.
Okay, so what's our next clip?
Now he's talking about going to the funeral. He's enraged about his seating. He has to sit near black people, not with celebrities in the front. And in the third clip, he calls Gail King the C word, which is right in line with the
nice.
Wendy Williams thing he had scrubbed. It's worse. It's genuine rage, genuine King baby brat rage.
So
Okay,
the
that's
real
the next-
Howard comes out.
The real Howard, yes.
The real
That's
Howard.
the next clip, right?
That's the third one is Gail King.
I'm going to go over. We go over and it's at this beautiful church up in like Harlem, 120 something street. What's it called? The
Riverside Church.
Riverside Church
Oh, that's in
Harlem.
Well,
Yeah,
it's not
on
really
Riverside.
Harlem.
That's not
that
Harlem.
is.
It's Riverside Drive and 120th Street.
That to me is Harlem, no?
That's
It is
like
Harlem.
Morningside Heights is what they call that or something.
Well, all I know is I locked the doors, so it must be Harlem. So,
Wow.
you know, I said, do I need to be there at a special time? Because I was driving in from the Hamptons, and I said, you need a ticket? You know, in other words,
How do you get in?
I know there's going to be people. She goes, listen, there's a VIP section. You get there, you'll go in. It's all set up. Don't, everything's fine. Back entrance, you go in there, and that's where you enter from.
There should be
Very
tickets. Apparently, it
important
was
you
a
go
Bill
through the
Cosby
back fucking
stand-up
entrance,
gig.
right?
Come back.
Very important.
If there was a
Back.
freight elevator, he'd go in there.
We had a thing going on that night. So anyway,
If Gary's father's wake was in the trunk of your limo, you wouldn't know why.
right.
Nice.
I didn't even catch that the first time.
You're going to be taken to the VIP section,
And this is,
yes?
yeah, well, I thought, and this is my fucking problem. I called Ruth Streeter and said to her,
I called her.
oh,
I called her.
I'm coming all the way in for this.
I called her.
Was it?
I didn't want to say,
Didn't
I
he was in
expect
Manhattan.
seats. I said, are there special seats or are there tickets? She goes, no. You'll come in through the back door. Everything will be fine.
It's okay.
Meaning, in other words, when I say that,
Make sure I'm taken care
to
of.
make sure I'm not sitting in the back with the schlubs.
Right. I don't want to be with the riffraff.
Yeah, and you know what?
You're a very important prayer.
Well, you know what? Okay. This is
I'm a dignitary.
And don't send me emails about this because I know I'm fucked up.
You know, his father's thing did not have a VIP section.
Yeah.
So anyway, I walk in this church.
It's like being thrown.
The church is massive. He gets all decked out because we heard Bill Clinton was going to speak.
It's an event.
We heard, Wynton Marsalis was going to play. Bill
it's a
Cosby
big
was going to
thing.
speak.
So you had heard a bit of.
Everyone walking through. Who's walking through? Diane Sawyer, Walter Cronkite. They were
Blah, blah, blah.
the old black church ladies.
And this is a huge church.
Huge church. And I'm sitting with all black people.
Right.
All the white people are up front. and famous people. I'm in the back. When I say back, I'm maybe 4 rows from the very back of the church. Now, this place is massive.
Yeah.
VIP section is either all white people and famous black people.
Sit right here. And I move it. Now I'm in the center. A guy sitting in front of
Millennium Towers.
Oh my God! Thank you so much.
He's got big
That
dreadlocks.
name is the best.
And Beth says to me, you think that's a homeless guy? I go, shh. He's surrounded by blacks. Don't say nothing. Don't say anything. He's going to be insulting this guy. I'm going to have to fight
Right.
him.
He might start spitting again.
Jesus fuck. When is that Millennium Tower skeleton? And are you going? I would go see New Order and Pet Shop Boys for sure. I love them. I love New Order. I've seen them like twice. I've never seen Pet Shop Boys. Up it.
Do you think Beth was the only person in that church whose Bible had a swoogie button?
That's it.
A Schwiggy Bible. Okay, so part 3, I guess, is with Gail, and then I found
Money,
my
can I-
dog.
Speaking of the Millennium Towers, and thank you, Millennium Tower Skeleton Twins. When you did the tour and you walked around the block, is there a back garage entrance to the Millennium Towers? Did you figure that out? I couldn't tell. Is there a way to get in there?
Remember, there were like postal trucks there. It was part of the post office. It wasn't part of their building.
It
So
doesn't.
no,
There's no
there's
other
no-
way to get in besides
No.
just the front. There's
No,
no.
just
Okay.
the front. No, nothing else. You got nothing.
So
Do you think?
fucking Gail fucking King.
Oh.
Oprah's friend. And by the way, marches in with an entourage. Literally no one stops her. So I said to Beth, this is obviously all prearranged. Gail King walks in. She's a friend of Oprah. She's not Oprah. She's the fucking goddamn friend. I'm fucking livid. I wanted to fucking kill.
What the fuck do you have to do with CBS that Gail King that like wouldn't there be more of a connection with Gail King and Ed Bradley than with you and Ed Bradley other than the one
Yes,
time
thank
he
you.
interviewed you? Did you know him at all? Like ever? You saw him on
At the,
60
at the
Minutes?
fake house in Minneola,
Yeah.
which
Well,
wasn't even
It's all
allowed.
about
Let's
it's all
see.
about him, Gail.
Ed Bradley never called into the show.
All about
Not
him,
once.
Gail.
Right. So Ed Bradley was really never on the show.
No.
Never really
No.
friended the show.
But okay.
Never
but
did
okay.
anything else.
Let's be irate. Let's be irate.
Someone, and I'm sorry to keep using the F word,
works at CBS.
but I gotta
This is
tell you
how
something.
angry you were.
I thought my brain was going to explode. A moment of my sitting all the way in the back. These ladies are heavily perfumed, and God help me for saying this. They're nobody. Oh, I came all the way
You came there to mourn Ed Bradley with famous people.
I
from the
did.
Hamptons.
I swear to God. And now I'm saying, I got to calm down. This isn't right. This isn't
Oh, God,
Ruth's
I hate
problem.
him so
She's got a
much.
million problems, I'm sure.
Right, just like
Oh, but
family
he
to
wants
her.
to
Kind of
complain.
cursing her out to myself, going,
to
you know
the
what?
producer.
Don't fucking invite me to something,
And not-
then
Of a
fucking
funeral.
stand back there with a guy with a ski jacket
Did you
on.
come through the right door?
I went through the right door that she told me to come in. I walked down the aisle. The guy told me to go back. So now I'm saying to Beth, I go, look at fucking Gayle King. You know what's right with Gayle King? I'll tell you something about this cunt. She fucking...
She's a cunt.
Yeah, this is what I was saying to Beth. I swear to God. And black people are hearing me.
You're talking?
No, I'm whispering, muttering. And I'm under my breath. And
I think you're
and
justified.
poor Beth, I swear to God, I mean, it's a nightmare to be around me. I hate everything. Turns into horrible, horrible shit when
Here
you're
you
around me.
went for a good purpose. You
And I sit around and I
What
see,
was the good
this Gayle King walk in, and I'm fixated. Walter Cronkite, they have to carry him in with 3 fucking nurses.
Right.
And everyone's walking in, and I see all these famous people. They're all sitting up front. And I'm like, wow, that must be some party. All the whole 60 Minutes crew, Don Hewitt.
Yes, all the people that
Safer, all of them.
Yes, everybody who worked with him, you fucking douchebag.
Wow.
Jesus Christ.
So this douche did one small segment which was completely fake with Ed Bradley, and now he anticipates to be in the 3rd row.
He
Does he know
thinks
that
he got
Ed did-
60 Minutes renewed for 10 more years. off
Does
this
he know
one
that
segment.
Ed did hundreds of segments? Like should the
Hundreds.
kid he did with polio fucking
Right.
be at the fucking funeral too? Come on.
Yeah, it's just but that's classic Howard. I mean, I don't even know if there's anything else supposed to say.
There's nothing more douche chilling than Howard doing his fake histrionic spinning around on the rented out house in Mineola in the street going, no, Ed, no, I don't remember anything. I just blocked it out of my mind. This is a regular house of horrors, which he moved out of and didn't spend a day of fucking high school in. He was
No.
in Rockville Center.
Yeah, I have no words. I really have no words.
And why is he with Beth? Why is he a +1 at this?
I know. That's true.
Because
Why is he
Beefus
+1?
needed to be there.
Why is
Right
he
on.
Plus ones.
I bet you nobody else was. I bet you Gayle King wasn't a +1. Well, Gayle
Yeah.
King was an entourage,
Well,
but this is what makes him angry. How dare you not be? How dare I not be part of this world? You know, just not.
So the last clips. Oh, God, Dennis.
One last clip.
I sent you 2 clips about the prank calls being as fake as Beth's orgasm.
I didn't even look at the
It was a follow-up
honestly,
email.
I mean, honestly, the way he's talking, he should be there actually giving the sermon for Ed Bradley, and then at the actual graveyard throwing the first piece of dirt onto the friggin' casket.
They should have let Beth do the
damn.
sermon.
Yes, exactly.
Get up there. It's all about death. And
It's all about that.
In her smart girl glasses. All right,
Yeah,
we
like
are
shit
going
goes.
to end the show. It is hour 40. I'm going to see if I can show you my dog.
And his nuts.
Oh, here we go.
Jesus Christ.
Okay, I don't know if
dear
I don't know.
Quality entertainment.
It's pornographic.
I don't know if the sound is on this or not, but you can see
don't-
that
it doesn't
my
need to be.
viral with 16,000 likes on this. Here we go.
Mink, mink, mink.
Oh my God. I can't. Fuck. What is wrong with you?
The tail. The way he wags his tail right before you do that.
Well, yeah, if somebody
like
grabbed
you
your
put
nuts,
fart-
you'd wag your
Oh.
tail too.
Yeah.
Hey.
Damn. Anything else I try doesn't get anything. Nothing else makes any fucking sense at all.
What the fuck?
That's
More,
rubber heel up to all of you
Yes,
Instagrammers.
but Gina, do you
Wait.
grope him?
Can you go back? I'm not finished yet.
Ah,
Okay, you're
I
disgusting.
gotta hand it to you, Monique. More tea bags than Panera bread.
No one's fucking with your wishes now. You weirdos.
Oh my goodness. Anybody who thinks he's fucked up, get over it. It's my dog. I can touch any part of him I want to, and he's a puppy.
That's a little JD-ish right there.
Oh, it's so funny. Listen, he went viral. He's got more followers than I do. It's so funny. I don't even know how to top that. So I'm not gonna.
Well, I
We'll
have an idea.
We'll rest on our.
On that note.
Oh my goodness! On that note, I'd love to post.
On that note, let's end this.
So how about this, Monique? In honor of Millennium Tower Skeleton.
Yeah.
Sometimes you're better off dead. There's a gun in your hand that's pointing at your head. You think you're mad, too unstable, kicking in chairs and knocking down tables in a restaurant in a West End town. Call the police. There's a madman around, running down underground to a dive bar in a Western town and dead end world. East End boys and Western girls in Western town and dead end world.
Hey guys, thanks for hanging with us tonight. Please join us for any further discussion at RadioGunk.com in the forum section. Follow us on Instagram and Twitter at RadioGunk. And don't forget to like this and subscribe to us and hit that little bell so you know when we're doing a new show. Thanks.